Good morning, everyone. Namaste. I'm going to call in Archangel Michael to clear, cleanse this space of all negative and lower vibrations, placing the white light of protection on us with his blue seal, as well as I want to call in Edgar Cayce because we are going to be reading about Edgar Cayce on Atlantis. And this is by Edgar Evans Cayce. And we currently are reading on the preface, Who Was Edgar Cayce? So if you haven't seen it, you can click the one below and you can read the beginning portion of it. It says, these readings constitute, so it says, when Edgar Cayce died in January 1945 in Virginia Beach, Virginia, he left over 14,000 documented stenographic records of telepathic, clairvoyant statements that he had given for more than 8,000 different people over a period of 43 years. That's amazing. And he was working with like Harvard, medical. So this is back in 1945. This is somebody who was a medical intuitive that was able to diagnose people, and he was working along with the hospitals. Now, do you really think that since 1945 we have never had anybody on this planet that can do that ability and same gift? Probably not. It says, these typewritten documents are referred to as the readings. These readings constitute as one of the largest and most impressive records of psychic perception ever to emanate from a single individual. Together, they're relevant records, correspondence, and reports that have been cross-indexed over 1,000 of subject headings and placed on the disposal of psychologists, student writers, investigators who come in increasing numbers to examine them. An approximate breakdown of the readings according to the subject matter indicate that about 60% are physical diagnosis, 20% are life readings, and the remaining 20% may be grouped under the heading Other. The other category includes readings on business topics, mental and spiritual themes, dream interpretations, and a variety of miscellaneous subjects. A foundation known as the Edgar Cayce Foundation, located on 67th Atlantic Avenue, Virginia Beach, Virginia, was founded to preserve these readings. An open membership research society, the Association Research of Enlightenment, abbreviated ARE, P.O. Box 595, Virginia Beach, Virginia 23451, was organized in 1932. And it continues to index and catalog the information, initiate investigation and experiments, and promote conferences, seminars, lectures dealing with these readings and related material. Until recently, the published findings are ARE have been available primarily to its members through its own publishing facilities. Now, a series of books dealing with the subjects of the popular interest of the Edgar Cayce readings are available through Paperback Library, Inc. and Hawthorne Books. This volume deals with a portion of the Edgar Cayce readings catalog as life readings, particularly with the mentioned incarnation in Atlantis. These readings and records surrounding them are some of the most controversial given during Cayce's remarkable life. So I'm just going to finish it up. It says, the life readings describing past lives in Atlantis as if they were experiences in the early England or early America cover a period of 20 years between 1924 and 1944. They're the most fantastic, most bizarre, the most impossible information in the Edgar Cayce files. It would be easy to present a very tight evidential picture of Edgar Cayce's psychic abilities and the helpfulness of his readings if we were selected only those which are confirmed and completely validated. This would not be fair in total overall evaluation of his life work. So his sons are writing this book. It says, my brother, the author, I know that Edgar Cayce did not read Plato's material on Atlantis or books on Atlantis, and that he, so far as we know, had absolutely no knowledge of the subject. If his unconscious fabricated the material or wove it together from existing legends and writings, we believe that it was the most amazing example of telepathic, clairvoyant scanning of existing legends and stories in print in the minds of person dealing with the Atlantis theory. As my brother and I have said from time to time, life would be much simpler if Edgar Cayce had never mentioned Atlantis. So far, others can point to these readings and unbelievable and impossible. These are the whole story. As the author has pointed out, there is a strange consistency with the hundreds of psychic readings given over a period of 20 years. They will take you back to the pre-recorded history to lands of myths and legends and forwards into the future of literally earth-shaking changes. So I will leave it at that. I just want to finish up the preface portion talking about who Edgar Cayce is. But essentially it says if you're a science fiction fan, someone interested in psychic, or simply one who enjoys a good story, you will find in the following pages a totally new account of a man on Earth and a new concept of his relationship to God and his fellow men. I warn you, through that persistent in reading this book, you will never be able to return to your so-called real world facts without nagging suspicions that the fantastic events depicted just might be tainted the truth. Your suspicion may grow into something resembling conflicted conviction if Edgar Cayce prediction for the next few years to come. Names used in the stories, although the stories are based on actual cases, the number following a quoted or paragraph extracted identifies the reading from which it was taken. So anyone so inclined may check the Edgar Cayce records at Virginia Beach for verification of further details. So I hope this helps, and I can't wait to read more on it. I love you all. Have a blessed day, and namaste.